Welcome back, everybody, to the Economic Preppers. This is episode 3. Can't believe we're here already. We're trying to get more episodes in before the
Man,
holidays.
you're already doing this like a show. We're all the snapping and like the intros. You really got this on down. I'm like, man, wait, when do I get to talk? I'm going to interrupt you. That's not fair. Hey, everyone, welcome to Economic Preppers. We're here to do it again. Why do you get to do the intro every time?
I'm the one navigating this stuff and making sure we have all the right links there, Patrick. So I'm just trying to pass the talking stick around. You'll get your chance. I promise. We got a lot to talk about today. Everybody's excited. We want to go with high energy, get everybody engaged. So far, a lot of people have liked the show, which is great. Please share it out, like and subscribe. It's on Rumble. It's on Bitchute. We have highlights on YouTube, and we're getting the word out. But a lot of people, they want to be prepared and not scared with all the things that are going around. And there's so many different stories. That's why you have 3 guys here talking about the things that Dylan sees, things that Patrick sees, the things that I see, and the things that you guys see and share with us. So we want to jump right in and get started. And first off, Dylan, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right, recovering. Been a little under the weather, but other than that, I'm doing great.
A lot of that is going around, unfortunately, and I'm coming off a little bit of a head cold myself, and this is going to be a little sneak peek here, but this is my last show from South Carolina, so I got a lot going on before Christmas. But Patrick, how are things out in Oregon today?
We are so happy. I had a really wonderful day at Bench. I did my PR, so I was pretty happy about that. And the Oregon measure we'll talk about later, but people are pretty happy about that too. So it's been a great day here in Oregon.
Sorry to get sidetracked, but the whole point is that like they're playing these strategic political games, right? We're going to make this move, then they're going to make this move, and they have teams of people playing this stuff out. But at the end of it, it's like you can play those games, but if someone wants to throw a wrench in something, all hell can break loose, and you can't really predict the outcome for something like that. And so we're going to see what plays out on this thing, and I think we're all just watching.
Yeah, I think it's all about, it goes back to one of the first words Patrick mentioned, which was control. They want to control the resources. They want to control the people through finances and the natural resources, and they want to dictate the outcome they think by controlling these things. But there are pieces that are on the board to build for that analogy that we can use to help us to control our own outcomes, which is one of which, as we mentioned earlier, is Bitcoin and crypto. So
Jeff, remember a couple of weeks ago, I had some Bitcoin. A buddy of mine needed some help. So I sent him the Bitcoin so he could quickly have it right then and there. And I was like, bro, I trust you. No problem. And he said, how do you want the money? He said, I can wire you money. I said, no, I just want to see how long this will take in the process. Send me a check. He overnights me a check during the holidays. I get it. I deposit it to the bank. Here we are 2 weeks later, and the bank is still saying no. I even walked into the bank. They called the check issuer, asked them a bunch of information about the check and verification. And at the end of the process, they told me it would be released. I went to the bank to get it. They said, no, we can't release it because it hasn't been authorized by their side because they don't authorize personal checks. Did you know that? Do you guys authorize personal checks? No, we don't authorize them either. We don't call and accept the phone call. The manager would have to call you, and it wouldn't be us. They'd have to call in the center. So I'm going, so you don't get to the availability to release the funds to me. You can't even do that. Not only can you not do that, you can't do it, yet you're still making all of us spend our time verifying information that will lead to a result saying we still can't release the funds because it's a check. So I'm sitting here going here's a case for Bitcoin. It's worse because I told her right there in the bank, I said, man, you guys are making my job really easy. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, the case for custody of Bitcoin has never been stronger. I don't need you or the regulators or anyone on the other bank or anyone on this side or a bank manager to talk to me to send my Bitcoin. I was like, that's why I only have negative 50 cents in the bank. And she looked at me and was like, yeah, I mean, you did choose the slowest vehicle for transferring your assets as possible. The check is the slowest one. I was like, no shit, it was the slowest one. So not only are we sitting here 2 weeks later, I still don't have it. Today is when they say they will release, and I'm about to go in there and make a video about them saying, no, they're not going to give me my cash. And I know they won't do that because I told them I will make a video and make it viral about you not having enough cash to give me.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of lessons from that story. which is like, it definitely shows the differences between Bitcoin and then the traditional banking systems. I think, a lot of those kind of barriers are those walls or checks or authorization processes. They started out as like, you know good intent, but now they've just basically put all these layers and walls between you and your money, where they can get your money into their system really easily, but getting it out is very, very hard. And there's some benefit in some situations for that, to having things take a little bit longer, having people check things off. But for a lot of people and for a lot of things, I think there's too many barriers to it, and that creates a lot of issues. And of course, the incentives, when you have everyone's money, or you have control of everyone's money, those incentives can get perverted very, very quickly. I mean, they say,
Yeah, they
ultimate
just want
power
to hold
corrupts
my
absolutely.
cash to make money on my money. That's all they want.
Yep.
Her excuse was, well, we need to wait to make sure the bank has the money. I was like, you don't think Capital One has the money? I was like, would you assume they don't have the money because you don't have the money? Like, sounds like you're the one saying that person's stealing, probably because you're stealing. You know what it looks like.
And just think about how much cost there is in terms of human hours, and like how much time like have you spent going back and forth with these people that are like technically not really like paid, like they're paid hourly, but like the all those costs add up. That's like real energy and real time that is being devoted to something to solve a very trivial issue. So it's just like, seems like it's very, very overfitted for what they really need to do.
No,
Yeah.
it seems to me like it's not because of that. It's because they have other reasons, not because they don't want to believe that the funds are there being verified. It's because they don't have the cash to give to you. They want to keep cash in their hands as long as possible because they don't have it to give.
Yeah, and I think that we could easily draw a parallel, since we've all been in crypto for a while. We've seen the analogy happen in the crypto space. You try to get your Bitcoin off of Coinbase, or you try to get your crypto off of certain exchanges, and it takes a while. You can deposit very quickly, but it's very hard to get it back out. They control the funds as much as they can because they make profits off of it. I don't want to say they make money, because it's not money, it's currency. It's a difference. But this currency that they control, these steps are put in place so that it makes it hard for you to get the currency back out. And not only that, but the hurdle moves, like the steps to get the currency out, 3 to 6 months change. Like it's like, because like if we many of us don't use Coinbase much anymore because we know it's a pain and it's really painful to use. There are better avenues, but for the average user, that's the most common one. But people that experience Coinbase in 2022, it's different to the experience of 2021 or 2020. But now banking is following the same path as saying, we don't have the liquidity. We don't have it's a liquidity crunch everywhere. And they want to hold on to as many assets as they can, because banks, we're not going to talk much about real estate today, but we did talk about the interest rates going up. But banks make money or make profits on the currency by issuing loans, and loans aren't being issued now for newer used cars or homes or anything. So they have to find profit centers where they didn't have to hunt for them a couple of years ago when real estate was booming.